Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here, and I want to thank Tim, Strongarm, Niagara, Timothy, Sir Toyjet, Gary, Garrett, Marcus, Folk, and of course the great Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. But everybody else, I hope it. Well, if you're new around here, I hope you'll subscribe or follow the channel if you're on Twitch. And everybody, I hope you smash the like button. Well, you can lick it. It tastes good. And of course, I love hearing your comments, questions, tips, suggestions. Now, everything is, I'm not a good staff officer of reorganizing things. What do we got going here? What are we doing here? What do we do? Why do we have, who is sending out, now this is going after them, but who is sending out supply ships, transports here? I wish I had better control over some of this, because I said don't go there. Now here I get, because that's where I'm sending them, to go out here. That's where they're supposed to go, out here, all around here, and out, sneak past the British, but not to go there. So I don't know what that is going on. Now what we can do here is, now that we are here, let's do convoy raiding. Now let's put you out. Well, let's try down here. I'm just hoping to find a place that there will be no British. Let's come over here. Guess we're going to do some naval stuff here. And no, I did not have this well organized production-wise earlier. What type of... Okay, these are small coastal submarines. So for these... For those... These are E-boats. Okay, yes. Now these have better... Okay, so what we're going to do is... We have the pocket battleships, so we're going to... Well, I don't know how to use... I don't do enough naval stuff well enough to know. Maybe they needed to come over to here. You sure want to assign all ships to the... Yes, I want to do that. Yes, good. That's what I wanted to do there. And there we go. I'm sure if I just knew this, this would make a certain amount of sense. So, okay, if we have Gneisenau and Scharnhorst along with Deutschland, Admiral Scheer, and the Graf Spee as our battle fleet. That's what I wanted to do. No, not these. Not that. Where didn't I have some submarines over here? Yes, somehow these got into there. I don't want these here. Select. Yes. Okay. I'm not trying to use them as fleet submarines. We're going to create a new unit here. No, just... just... just these forces here. I want to, okay, maybe I got to create a new task force. There we go. Yeah, if I knew it, it would probably be just fine. Okay, well, what I want you to do is rebase to here. No, we're going to cancel this. Okay, no, no, I don't want to split or disband. I just want to cancel, and I want to just cancel the order. Maybe I can just click here. No, no, no. Maybe if I can just, let's see if I just come down here and do that, and then find these forces again. Not those. You're liking watching how pathetic this is going. Oh, it's here. No. Okay, okay. What? Okay, yeah. Stay away from the close British Isles shit. There we go. I know you're gonna have to maybe go through occupation of Greece. Athens will be German occupied. We have enough. What's there? Oh, let's come back. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, well, we helped out. We helped out. You're trying best with the Navy. Yeah, we're proud of you. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave it to Italy. I'm just going to leave it to Italy. Italy can do it. Italy can have it. I know there's resources and there's factories and whatever, but no. Mussolini can have it. Mussolini gets to defend it. Mussolini gets to occupy it. Hello, Luigi. Do you think motorized divisions are fast enough in this game? This game, do you mean Black Ice or you mean Hearts of Iron 4? And I'm not sure, would be the answer. I honestly don't. I'm not sure. I guess there's been, how shall I put this, so many other issues to worry about that I've not really worried about speed of motorized divisions. Okay, well, we're catching slowly, effing slowly, on garrison equipment, but also on garrison equipment, we're still getting to efficient production. So I want to, well, no, we can produce a lot more fighters. So let's produce more fighters here. Let's produce the next 2 in fighters. We've got to get to that fighter war in Black Ice. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. I've not really looked at it. I mean, this may sound pathetic, but no, for Black Ice, I'm back after a couple of years, and this is my first playthrough. So motorized stuff seems to move fairly quickly. Is it fast enough? I don't know. Is this just a single division or somewhere? So, okay. Well, we'll send you over here. No, actually, it is a single division. Let's put you up here. Proud Naval Tradition, yes. Well, I like naval stuff. It's just... Okay, where is Reston Modal's forces? Modal's forces are everywhere around France and some key locations that we sent some other forces up there. So I think we can send Modal to the north here. Send them up there via trains. Now, Von Welch. Okay. Let's select all and send you guys over to there. Well, very good, Starstreak. Okay, we're almost done with that. Now I want to look here at the Balkans because I do pressure Yugoslavia operation here. 35 days. I I know, and I'm very appreciative of the Black Ice team because I do communicate with them a bit, and I know sometimes they watch this, so nothing personal when I'm bitching and moaning about um, your your mod. It make you angry, but you can bitch and moan about my mod too if you wish. Okay, if I want to pressure Yugoslavia and Operation Marguerite, that's going to take 70 days. 70 days. Out of what? Establish the Gestapo? Why does that take 21 days? You know, and I have, not done any of these armored research, not even pressed very far down here. I could do an expansion thingy. Um, we got the Kriegsmarine. I've only just did 2, so I mean I haven't spent much time there. Air power, what? Yeah, little factory production thingies here. Did this to get down here, get another air assembly plant. Um, and I haven't even done this to get an artillery factory and small arms and expand the RAD, which would be another 28 days. And yes, I get the idea that, in talking to Podcat, part of the reason for all of this was choices. You can't have everything. And okay, I get that. And definitely some of these are specifically designed as, this or that, and that's fine. And that's not that you can't do some of these other things by research, but it's to where you're going to put the focus in. So my best advice to them is just come in and oh, like I want to say, and I sort of asked them if they would keep the released version stable for a while, and they're doing test versions. I do check in at their Discord server once in a while. So because here 14 days to do this expansion here. I mean, and Luftwaffe field divisions 24 days. Huh. And 21 days here for organization levels. And I haven't even been able to befriend Japan yet. That and they have their sort of test versions that they've been releasing that have improvements, shall we say. And I don't think I'm rushing like this because this was the kind of thing they were doing in late 1940, early 1941. From my readings, coming in here and Western knowledge, yes, research speed, yes. So I would my basic suggestion is, and I hope they're trying this out because yes, we could establish the African Corps. Um, is cut literally go in half on all of these days for all of this stuff. And if you go, well, but you get to X or Y too soon, well, fine, just go in and um, add like a cannot be done before such and such date or cannot be, so that I wouldn't mind at some point, like right now, to run out of national focuses that I could do. And, because obviously here are, this or that. And then if you pick Japan, you can't obviously go down the pro Chinese tree or whatever it is. And obviously, so there's, again, I'm not against. Now, this you can do both. That's fine because Germany. I don't know if I should get off on another rant, but I mean, Germany sort of wanted to do both of these, and they could have done both of these. It just they couldn't have done both of these. Oh, and produce the Luftwaffe and produce the Panzer Army. At least not before the war starts. And if you're looking at this as a post doing Z plan post Soviet Union defeat, getting ready to go after the Western Allies, but I can't even do convoy interdiction, U-boat effort, or trade interdiction with the wolf pack, wolf symbol here, that by February 41, I should be somewhere down this tree. I don't know if I should be new U-boat designs or new long-range U-boat designs yet. That may be more 42, 43 or something they're thinking. And yes, Argentine U-boat resupply or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I get some of that. And we've only just now gotten coastal connection with Spain. So, yeah, some of these things I probably shouldn't have right now, but both of these two we should have. Maybe that, I mean, already have, and everything else I have, not instead of. So it's just frustrating, and I know they may have updated some of the stuff. And hello, Eric, how you doing? Every time I come here, you're angry by some aspect of Hearts of Iron 4, and I don't blame you. Yes, Louis, yes. No, I want it to be great. I want it to be great. There is the only thing that is competing with this, and hey, people out there, tell me, if there's a competitor out there, I wanna try it out. But the only thing that's competing with Hearts of Iron 4 in my mind is Hearts of Iron 3. There is nothing out there. Matrix or Slytherin, whatever you want to call them, I don't think, well, who knows, maybe with some of their successes that they're getting in sort of some of the mainstream stuff, maybe they'll plow it back in, but I don't think they have the money to build a game like this. Because, I love the strategic command team, and I love Alvaro over on Warplan, but those are turn-based every 2 weeks. This is, yes, turn-based every hour. So every hour this moves, there's a turn, and then they sort of do some sort of thing for initiative. I don't quite know how that's determined in this game. And the AI is constantly thinking, and so this is a big thing to do. And no war in the East or war in the West, and there's maybe talk of war in Europe or something that may be coming out. War in Europe would be something that might compete with this in that it's focused entirely on the theater. But yeah, you just took place in March. Yeah, German invasion began in April. It did not take. Yeah. Well, okay. Now pressuring. Okay. We have. Yeah, Matrix does not have the strategic game on the global scale. Well, yeah, they're working on War Plan Global. Okay, because I don't know him well. I mean, I've literally chatted with him, voice chat a few times with Alvaro. Very nice guy, very good guy. I love what he's done. He is his game answered some of my biggest complaints about strategic command. So I like War Plan for World War II better than I like Strategic Command. Though I do like Strategic Command. I mean, there's a few things Strategic Command does better than War Plan. But War Plan answered my main complaints about Strategic Command. From talking to Alvaro, he obviously War Plan and then War Plan Pacific he's done. And my understanding, I haven't talked to him in probably a year or more. I mean, we're not like good friends, obviously, but I do know him. And I can talk to him if I have a reason to. The plan was to do a global game after getting the Pacific down, because you need, whether it's special rules or or just deal with naval stuff and whatnot a little better. to dealing with the Pacific. Once you sort of figure that out, then you can try to combine the two. And yeah, I know there is a world global one for strategic command um, as well as just war in the Europe. But they're just not on the level of this. But I mean, yeah, they have some real talents over there. I know you can hire talents, you could develop things. I would love to. I'm not a programmer. I'm not going to learn programming. I I'm not going to move to England or wherever they might have, or East Coast U.S. That's where some of where Eric, forget his last name, um, uh, run. No, I forget Eric's last name. Um, who who's the main guy that's 2x2 games who does War in the East 2 and whatnot. I'm not going to move to somewhere else just to work on a game, but I would love to consult on developing a either not just a theater as in you know one front, but either a total Europe game or a global game. I'd love to consult on it. I have some really good inputs, and consulting could be because I'm selling myself here to everyone out here, of course, is I made a very deep dive mod for, I know some of you know this who have been around, deep dive mod for Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 3 into Germany. And so I love doing the research of digging into World War II and coming up, whether it's events or why there is now oil up here. Resources. Where's resources? We now have oil up here. There was no oil up in any Paradox game for any mod until me, because I did the research and I found the oil. And I basically, even the previous Paradox games don't have oil up here because no one did good enough research and came up with it. And I maybe sort of kind of, uh, lucked into it, but it's just digging around on things. And how this both affected and didn't affect the war and the outcome. But so I would love to work on, whether it's with Matrix / Slytherin or Paradox or whoever, on a historically based thing. But yeah, I know I'm exasperated about things. I just want it to be great. It could be great. Uh, let's see, translated. Marguerite, the invasion of Hungary, that did not happen in 44. You have lots of nah. What they're talking about here is uh here, Operation Marguerite here, fully independent with is fully independent in faction with Germany. No, oh no, okay. I thought I thought this was the thing that would declare war. Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread this. You're right, Frog Eyes. Sorry, I misread this. I thought this was so just 35 days. It's not 70 days to be able to pressure Yugoslavia one way or another and prompt them out. Because that's where we're probably going to go next. Because I want to get that done before we go after Russia. And we have barely enough time, but I think we have enough time. I'm hoping my armor forces that are down here will be mostly enough. I say mostly because I am looking at, okay, so like yeah, I'm looking at seeing what I'm going to be pulling away. Who's garrisoning what? Let's move you over to there. The invasion shows up as a decision. Okay, very good, Frog Eyes. I told you in Paradox Forum some time ago there are no rubber in Brazilian Amazon during World War II, but still the strategic resources there. In Hearts of Iron, I like this kind of research. Okay, Luigi, sorry, I don't remember. I mean, I know we've discussed this. Um, I do know you're from Brazil. Okay, well, let's look back here. Um, I didn't put the rubber here. Um, I uh, one of the family members of mine way back. I don't know if he's actually a I'm a descendant. I have to look it up if he was a descendant or just like the brother of whoever I'm a descendant of. But one of my family members went to Brazil for a while back around you know sometime in like 1900 to 1920 kind of thing to deal with trying to set up rubber plantations or rubber whatever in Brazil well before World War II. Now I don't know that it was successful. I don't know how much they did, but I do know there was an attempt. So yeah, but still there's strategic resources like this kind of research. Yeah, and we can look here. Germany definitely had significant rubber developments here prior to World War One. I know this, um, and again, I don't know how much is up here in the Congo. That seems like a hell of a lot in the Congo of rubber for Belgium, and for this being so small. Um, but I do know that Germany was doing rubber there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the facts in front of me right now, but I do know that there were attempts. Now they may have all failed, and there was no strategic level rubber coming out during World War II. I don't know that, but I do know that there were attempts to grow rubber in Brazil. I know that to be a fact. Um, like I say, it may have all failed, but why the hell are we doing this? Well, if you can avoid that, do avoid that. Don't go there. Don't go there. I don't. What? Okay, this is bringing supplies. I don't want to send supplies to here via shipping. Is there a way? Is there a way to like say not to do this? I know how to do that in Hearts of Iron 3, and I know how to do the C zone thing here, which is wonderful, guys. This is something I wish I had in Hearts of Iron 3 so badly, but yeah, not there. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know I complain, but it's all from love. It really is. It really is love, and I don't like complaining. It makes not seem that way, but I really don't. Okay, we're moving more of the army out. Much people got rich in Brazil because of rubber extraction, but their local production collapsed before. Oh, okay, yeah, and um, the main reason was the British created their own rubber industry in Malaysia. Okay, I think that it's a shift or control click on the port to close it. Okay, let's do a shift port. Okay, let's try a control port. Okay, click control click toggle repair of state. Shift click to show repair queue. Um, no, that's oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Maybe we just did that. Yes. Okay. I was doing the wrong click. I was right clicking when I should have been left clicking. Now, will that allow me? Okay. Well, let's move you to. We can move you to lower. Yeah, and that very well could be, Luigi. Um, uh, Now I do know. Well, no, I wasn't there back then, but I've seen period maps of Tanganyika that had both rubber plantations marked out on it, just in a general vague sense, as well as wild rubber. And neither of them, to my knowledge, I know I've been incorrect on things at times, but to my knowledge, none of them are indigenous. Rubber is not indigenous to Tanganyika. And the locals, I mean, the plantations were, organized, managed by the Germans, obviously lots of local workers that were producing it, but there was also enough wild rubber just out and about, trees that locals would also just go out and collect it themselves and bring it in to sell. So there was both organized and disorganized, if you will, rubber production at a production scale level, not just sort of a one off thing. So I would have to wonder if it collapses, but once World War II happens, the Americans get it back going. I don't know. Hello. I'm going to Bara. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that. I don't read Cyrillic, but hello, guy from Russia. Presume it's a guy. Um, Thank you, Toyjet, for this. We'll see if this works here. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to integrate these straight states. Speaking well, Adolf Hitler, German by birth. Okay. So we now have a new border here. We can see Belgium, Meppindi, Eppen, Malmedy. Again, I should learn to speak better. And Alsace-Lorraine, I noticed renamed here in Germany. And this is what happened. Um, some readings about getting some of the. Now, it was only like 600 on the first wave, first thing. I think it was like 600. Um, Luxembourgers were just, drafted into the German army uh, coming in. So, and more came on later. Uh, I don't know the scale of coming later for that. And then down here, these were integrated into the Reich as well. So this should increase our, because this is no longer French occupied. This is straight occupied by us, or Germany, and especially the Alsace-Lorraine had been part of Germany in prior to World War One. Okay, well, we can do that. Probably will. Um, so 42. Good, very good. Maybe. Yeah, we'll just do this. Get our um, motorized forces. Now, this will help our division speed um, as well. So let's get that going. Now, for national focus, we are going to jump over to here for 35 days to um, it's German pressure. Good. Now we have a lot of, and our stability is going up. Now, military parade in Berlin for 30 days, political power. Um, okay, historically, very shortly after, I don't know the exact time scale, but well before, um, uh, the attack in the West goes off, before the winter really sets in. So very shortly, there is a parade in Warsaw attended by Hitler for the victory here. I don't know why it would cost three civilian factories for 30 days. It wasn't that big of a thing. Now, also historically, there was a parade in Berlin after this second Treaty of Amiens, the one that, you know, sets up all of this occupation. I've seen some film footage of it. It is massive, both and in the military units, and you might expect from what you see a lot of times with National Socialist parades, everybody moving along precisely in column, the sort of robotic German, propaganda type um, event that every. Are you planning on attacking the USSR? Yes, I am. Later, in uh, fall. Oh no, not fall. Spring, late spring, early summer, 1941. I'm planning on attacking the Soviet Union. I want to see how that goes. That's sort of a test thing. Um, you expect that to be a you know, super well disciplined thing. No, it wasn't. Now, you could definitely tell the marching soldiers, they were marching, they were keeping general order, but the lines were sort of staggered, sort of like this, because partially from some of the roads in Berlin that they were going down with some of the sort of monuments in the center, but mainly because of the the viewers who just come in just massively, and so you get these German units that are sort of snaking through a bit um, as they're marching, and they're having to pause and whatnot to navigate through. And these are like columns coming across that are like 30 people wide. These aren't like just two or three columns, men marching wide. These are like 30 people, 30 columns wide, coming through the city in long snaking groups. And now I don't know how many of these soldiers, had fought in the campaign in the West, or just German soldiers that were stationed here. But it's just this massive thing. This to me, and I was talking on Slithering TV yesterday again about why people fight, why the Germans kept fighting into the bitter last days, particularly against the Western Allies. This is the moment that secures Hitler in power. Yes, obviously there are still various assassination attempts from him, and then the big one that the Stauffenberg plan, um, that he plants the bomb that almost gets him. But this is the moment, the defeat of France, the securing it, that gets this. I don't know that it's undying loyalty or undying support. No, here it's a phenomenal level of trust in the National Socialist regime of Hitler. I think that is the best way to say it. A phenomenal level of trust in the National Socialist regime. So when in 1944, when they've been bombed the hell out of them, and Hitler can come out and say we're building wonder weapons, and show some film footage of whether it's actual launches against Britain or um, test launches of like V1 and V2 rockets, and of course another thing they were putting up on the propaganda screen was not maybe the earliest test flights because they're keeping some of the stuff secret, but when you're getting sort of operational out with the ME 262 or whatever. you know, putting those things on the motion picture screen, those were really, you know, selling to people that they had this trust in Hitler that he was going to achieve what he's claiming. And this is the moment. This is the moment that you get massive war support. This is the moment you get massive stability. And to have this military parade here, okay, command power. Well, I only got 66. I know that that's max I can have right now. Um, I have a bunch allocated to Japan. Um, I don't like the way this works here. But I like the idea of command power, but I don't like the way this here. So, and it doesn't get us political, or I mean, this gets us political power, which, yeah, that's fine, but it should get us um, massive support for the regime here. But let's see. Spend some. Okay, that would stability 30%, stability 60%. No stability for victory. Swedish trade relations. Um, that would get us a full 1%, not a 60th or 60% of 8%. And I'm not giving up a civilian factory for that. I find this wrong. Okay, yeah, let's do this. That will help us out. Now, let's also look at uh you know, we'll motorize the 16th Infantry Division, we'll motorize the 60th here, and we lost the. I thought I had some more division, like first and whatnot. What is the first division looking like? What's its order of battle template? Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, medium tanks. Okay, so I already did that one. I don't remember. We're gonna refit the. Okay. And here we go. I think these are coming online from. Yep, looks like the 3 that we got military factories down here. So let's do 3 more aircraft. Okay, let's refit the division. Upgrade. Down here quickly.
Ausrücken! Achtung! Ausrücken!
All right. Well, we got here. Don't worry, Yugoslavia. We only have peaceful intentions. No, actually, we're going to go send you up over there. We wouldn't do anything to disrupt our relationship with you. Well, we have sent a bunch of forces over here.
Angetreten.
Let's spread them out a bit so they're not too stacked up here for a supply consumption situation. Mentioning that, let's take a quick look at supply. Okay, good. Now this is another thing we need to railway here. Okay, so we've gotten some of our aircraft factories online. That got us a boost. What we should be doing now is a lot of things, but yeah, here. Railway connections. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so we got to level 3 out to here. I don't think that's enough. Okay, that gets us level 3 to there. Or level 4 to there. Or do we get 5? Oh. That's good. Okay, why did that go to from there? Oh, well, there we go. And let's come from here, there, 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 there. There we go. So that will get us to level 4 up to there. Now, out to here is going to be another major supply hub. So, okay, so we need to come out from Berlin down. Yeah, well, okay, they come through here at level 4, level 4. Okay, level 3. Oh, oh, oh. Just, yeah, there we go. Well, yep. All of that built. Don't know how long this is going to take. Don't know that we have enough time. The Germans really did a big number on developing the railway out through Poland, both in former German territory and in the general government. Okay, combat unit destruction. I think that was it. Okay, purpose here. Hmm. we need, I think, heavy AA guns for the Africa Corps. So, we've got that. Well, I guess we can heavy AA direct support. So let's do that. Okay, so we've got this army here.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Achtung! Ausrücken! 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 Achtung! Befehle?
Okay, that will get us a little more cut up there. And you guys can go out to there. To increase your railways, you just have to click the 3. Ah, okay. Thank you. So, that's very good to know. All right, so he just saying, click that. Okay, that's very good to know. We'll know that in the future. See, I keep been playing a lot of these mods and not getting very far with them. And so I'm not learning as much as I would like to. And I've only been really playing on day because sort of playing it for you guys, only been playing it on days that been here. So I haven't been playing as much as I should. Well, let's start down here. How long is this taking to do? Okay, well, we have been embargoed by the Chinese Soviet Republic. Well, damn. There goes our import of something, I guess. I don't know. How is fair? We're doing fair, not good. We're still moving stuff out of here. I don't know where you're going. You look like I don't know. God, I don't know this AI. Angry Gamer channel, maybe I should call myself. No, there is already Angry Joe or whatever. But no, winter heating effects. Yes, but I love all of this. This is my favorite thing. I just want it to be good. I just want it to be the best. Oh, you can just stay back there. Okay, nothing terrible with supply. Maybe not great everywhere, but nothing terrible with supply. That is very good to see. It's just things like this that never showed up in Hearts of Iron 3. These railroads to me are wondrous. So, you can even increase, yes, into Hungary, Romania. Yes, I know I can. There are good reasons, obviously, to continue doing it even after the invasion starts, but I'd like to get some of this done prior to the invasion. Yeah, the railroads are wondrous for me. We're going to increase or improve our 110s. We have an aircraft. Okay. Well, I know those transports are out of date. the model there. Okay, we will. Do we have any reserves in fighters yet? I'm going to say no. Yeah, no. How are okay? Now, deep over Germany, we are doing pretty good, and it looks like, for the most part, they're not trying to fly over Britain either. So that is good. Hey, ZZ, how you doing? So what we're going to see about doing is let's look at these. Those are bombers. Look at fighters, if that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so these are now fully up to strength. So you come here, and you come over that territory. And let's send you down here. You also come over that territory. Okay, well, it looks like we just sort of helped them win a bit of air war there. Now, Toy Jet's earlier suggestion of some tactical casts. Okay, we're getting up to some strength here as well. Okay, we've got you guys. Doesn't look like Italy controls any air power down there, so let's go there. That's almost full. Wow. Okay, well, yeah, Germany's short range Air Force is a bit of a problem. Well, for the fighters, we're going to put you up, well, over the sea here, I think. And yeah, go after enemy air as priorities. Our casts really can't get that far down to anywhere, so we're going to put you join in the anti-shipping operations down here. Make it a bit safer for Italians, a bit more deadly for the British to get to see. How close are we to this? Very close. Well, I think we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all for making it this far. I really do appreciate it. See you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron.